y'all doing? um, oh, just dropped my remote. Hey. Hi guys, welcome to my corner. It's me. Yes, I'm alive. Yes, I'm finally uploading again. So let's talk. Today, we're actually gonna be talking about Dreamcon. Yes, I went. Yes, I know it's almost August and I'm just now talking about it, but stay with me. Stay here, please.
Editing Caitlin here. It's actually been longer than that. We are now in June of 2026 and Dreamcon is less than a month away. So yeah, sorry guys.
I've been very busy. I went to a concert. I went to a rave. Like, I've been seeing family, you know. It's just, life has been lifing, okay? 2025. It's not a joke, I fear. It's not a joke. But today, we're going to be doing Get Ready With Me while I talk about Dreamcon, I guess. Because I actually have plans today. And why not choose when you're running late to go make a video, right? Am I right? Yeah. The first thing I'm going to do is my skincare. I don't know how it looks on the camera, but I got Mount Everest and its little brother sitting right next to my right eyebrow. So yeah, we're going to take care of that. I'm using this skincare set that I got off of Amazon. I'll put like a picture and a link. It's actually pretty good. I was trying to get like Korean skincare and that popped up. Now it's not a Korean skincare brand, it's actually a Chinese skincare brand, but they're like inspired by the Korean skincare. It's been working for me. I feel like for the most part, I feel like my skin looks pretty good. It's just the hormones, you know how they want to be. You know when it's that time of the month and you be ready to go somewhere and then boom, you wake up the next day and you're looking a little bloated. Your skin's not looking as glowy and dewy as it was. Yeah. Anyways, to talk about Dreamcon, oh Lord, I don't even remember the dates. It was May 30th to June 1st. So I went for the entire weekend. Me and my friends actually went together. This was my first time going to Dreamcon as well. So shout out to RDC. But yeah, I have never been to Dreamcon before. I've never even been to a con before, okay? A little bit about me. I like K-pop. I like anime. I like a whole lot of other stuff. But those are my main two things. As far as anime, yes, I'm seeing the Demon Slayer movie September 12th, so I will be talking about that maybe. Who knows? We'll see, because the way I haven't uploaded a video in 8 months is crazy. Anyways, yeah, so I just didn't really know what to expect, and going into it, we bought our tickets. I think they went live back in like December of last year. So we got them as soon as they dropped. Like, I knew I wanted to go to Dreamcon. Me and my friend made that decision when we saw the recap from last summer when they had Lotto. I said, oh, Lotto was there? Sexy Red was there? Oh yeah, I need to go to Dreamcon. Obviously they didn't go this year, but I don't care. I had a ball. I will be going again next year. But yeah, that's basically what happened as far as getting the tickets. Everything went smoothly. After that, I had no clue what to expect. Shout out to the Speakeasy like Patreon thing that they be having, because them people up in there was holding it down for me. I didn't even know I had to get a Dreamcon app to stay tuned for everything. So I also got that as soon as possible, and because of that, I was actually able to keep up for the most part with everything that was going on. Me and my friends flew out on that Thursday. Yes, we flew out the day before that Thursday, and we stayed until Monday actually. So Thursday to Monday, because it was Friday through Sunday. And when we got there on Thursday, our hotel was so nice. I don't think I did my little mini vlog of the hotel this time, but we were in a parking lot that was right. So there was like a hotel, I believe, and then a parking lot, and we were at that hotel right there. And then there was like one of their sponsored, well, our hotel was also sponsored, to be fair, but one of the ones that are connected to the actual convention center, that one was like to the right. So we just had to like walk across the street basically and turn right, and it was right there. So on Thursday, we actually got our badges. Everything went smoothly. Everything was really organized, I will say that. There was a lot of people. Like I said, I've never been to a convention, so I didn't know what to expect at all, okay? Like, there was way more people than what I thought I would see. I don't know what I thought was gonna go down, but if you have social anxiety, I fear you, just be prepared, okay? I did fine this time. You know, usually sometimes my nerves be up, but I feel like my nerves be up because you go outside, and if you worry about what other people think, you're like, oh my god, da da da. But in this situation, like, everybody was there for the same thing, so like, how you gonna judge me, babes? You're at Dreamcon, you know, like. But anyways, so that Thursday we got our badges. I got a weekend badge. Here's mine, and it's so cute. This is definitely gonna be like a keepsake for sure. This was the art for it. I think they posted it on their Instagram as well. But oh my god, I freaking love this badge. It's so cute. Anyways, after we got our tickets, I think no, sorry, I almost spread misinformation. I was gonna say I think they were selling merch. They were not selling merch, but they had a room that looked similar to that room where they were selling merch. But we got handed like an after party thing. We didn't go to that one, I'm sorry. But after that, we just walked around because I've never been to Houston. That was my first time being in Houston, touching down in H-Town. Very hot, but not humid, okay? Because where I'm from Kentucky, it's humid. Like, I'm supposed to go out today. I don't even know what I want to wear because I fear when I walk outside, my lungs, yeah, can't do it. But it was really hot. But I felt prepared. It wasn't as humid as it is back home, so that was good. The weather was nice the whole weekend. We went to like this little Mexican restaurant. It was okay, but I do have some things to say about that. Basically, I got scammed. Long story short, they had a promo deal. Me and my friends are over the age of 21, so we ended up getting some margaritas, and there was like a promo deal because of the day of the week, and the person that was behind the bar, I guess, didn't know about it, so they basically charged us for like the drinks, like without the promo. So, you know me, like I had mentioned earlier, social anxiety. Don't get me wrong, if it's really that serious to me, I will say something, but I was like, I mean, the margarita's good, it's fine. It's very cute. I'll see if I can put like a little picture right here or something. But it wasn't bad, so I mean, I wasn't disappointed. I was just like, okay, so is this outdated maybe? I was like, I don't know. And then, you know, you got that one friend in the group that's like, she said no pickles. Don't do that, she said no pickles. Why did you put pickles on her sandwich? I was with that no pickles on the sandwich friend. So she pulls this lady aside and is like, hey, like, did you guys not have the promo? They did. They did. So the guy did not do it right. And he was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. So they printed out a new receipt and they were like, here's this. So I was looking at the receipt and it did have the little negative icon. Now, if you ever get a refund somewhere, there's supposed to be a negative icon because they're supposed to be taking that negative % away.
They charge me
again. And at this point, I was just like, I already signed the receipt. They already charged my card. And then they said about some, let us know if it doesn't come through in 2 days. I was not coming back. And I don't mean that in a mean way. Obviously, I would go back. No, I just know not to do the promo deals, no shade. But I would go back because the food and the service was amazing, okay? It was a vibe up in there. I got 3 tacos. They were delicious. I got some horchata. Bomb. But yeah, I would not participate in the BOGO deals that they had going on that week. But yeah, it was just like, oh, okay. I'm not getting a refund. I'm getting charged again. And by the time the 2 days had already passed, I was like, yeah, I don't care anymore. Like, we came here for Dreamcon. So that was that. But the next day, I think I woke up pretty early. I woke up around like 9. I will say I did miss the opening ceremony, so yeah. To go back to the whole Dreamcon app, this is something that I was not paying attention to. The RSVP. So if you have not been to Dreamcon, pay attention, because I never went and I was not paying attention. That app is gonna be your best friend, and definitely make sure your notifications are on, okay? I'm a girly where I can't deal with the notifications. If you were like me, please have it on just for that app if you were interested, because they had a whole opening ceremony where they talk about the weekend. That's like the prime time that you're gonna see RDC, because yes, there's a lot of them, but that was a big convention center and there were a lot of events. So unless you know exactly where they are 24/7, it is gonna be hard to find them. But yeah, we did not get into the opening ceremony. So yeah, but we got there. I think the opening ceremony was at 1. We got there around like 12:30, 1 o'clock. Not gonna lie, them Dreamcon people was yelling like it was Atlanta TSA. I was scared. I was very scared. My badge was already out and I was like this walking in, because I was scared that I didn't have a badge when I had a badge, just because they was yelling at me. I was spooked. I was scared. I was scared, not gonna lie to you. But we walked in. I looked to my left and I saw Dylan, Mark. We walked in. I immediately looked to my left, right? Because I don't know how, but like the people we walked in with, they like ended up in a line. So we were lined up. And also when we were walking through the convention, we actually went through the convention on Thursday. That's where we got our badges. I'm wrong. Oh. This is why you do not wait to do your videos. Anyways, on Thursday, when we walked in and got our tickets, or our badges, sorry. After that, we decided to walk around the convention center just on the first floor. And we walked in there, actually, to rewind. We walked in the convention center because that's where we were supposed to get our badges. We were supposed to get the badges for the convention actually in the hotel, one of the hotels that's connected to the convention center. There we go. So we walked in there. We already saw some of the setup. So where we walked in on Thursday, we walked in there on Friday. When we walked in on Friday, after they saw my badge or whatever, I don't know why, but everybody like walked in and went to the right. The doors were already closed. Now I do know there was a standby line for this year. There was. Okay, I will confirm that. A lot of people were saying there was one last year as well. I didn't go last year. I did not go in 2024. I'm just speaking about 2025. 2026, I don't know if they'll have one, so don't get your hopes up. But there was one throughout the weekend. I think we missed the one for that Friday when they did the opening ceremony, because when we walked in, RDC was out. We walked in, went to the right. They were literally right across from us. I literally turned. Dylan was right there. Mark was right there. Ben was right there. I said, ah, I didn't even know what to say. I was just like, oh my God, hi, oh my God, so awkward. I think they way back. I don't even remember. Like, I kind of blacked out a little bit. But they were doing their own thing. So I'm like, I'm not going to bother them. Some dude had a camera. I don't know if they were live. I waved at the camera. I was smiling. They were like this. Here's the camera. They were like this the whole time. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm in a video somewhere. I'll put a picture of what I looked like. But to go into the whole weekend, me and my friends, well, me, myself decided to cosplay all weekend. But me and my friends did cosplay that Friday. And we were the Powerpuff Girls. Don't clock us, okay? We went through several trios, okay? And that's the thing about planning with friends, especially friends that you grew up with, okay? One of my friends I've been knowing since I was in 6th grade. And this girl does not know any Mario characters. Again, she does not know any Mario characters. And I'm dead ass. I don't even think she knows Luigi. Yeah. Because we were gonna do, I think, Daisy, Peach, and Rosalina, you know, the main 3. They were like, she was like, I don't know Mario. I said, okay. Then I was like, ooh, why don't we do like the main 3 guys from Demon Slayer? You know, the movie's coming out this year. Good anime, solid anime. My other friend. Oh, I've never seen Demon Slayer. I was like, okay, we can't do JJK because my other friend hasn't seen that. What is something we all know? I don't even remember the original trio. Oh, I do remember. We were gonna do My Hero Academia. I bought a costume for Deku, right? This is why we boycott Amazon. I bought a costume for Deku, right? I did my measurements, said I'm a woman's medium. Why was it a child's medium? I am 23 years old. I don't got that much height. Okay, I'm 5'3". But a child's medium? Why is it listed as an adult in the first place? Why is it listed as a woman? And you gonna send me a child's medium? So obviously that wasn't gonna work. Then we were gonna do Alvin and Chipmunks, but then I believe this was like maybe 2 weeks before the actual event, they announced that Megan Thee Stallion was gonna be there. So then we changed it and we decided we were gonna be the Powerpuff Girls. So it was me, my friend Melanie, and my friend Savannah. My friend Savannah is Buttercup. I'll put my little TikTok in here as well. And everybody's like, oh my God, it fits the personality so well. Just know we were not acting. That's literally us, okay. She was Buttercup, my friend Melanie was Blossom, and I was Bubbles. So that's what we did the first day. I'll put some more pictures. There were a lot of PPG girlies up in there, and I love to see it. As the weekend progressed, I was more sociable, but Friday I was kind of shy a little bit, just because I've never been to anything like that. And I was overwhelmed, but like the good overwhelmed, like, oh my God, I'm really here. Like, this is something for us. Like, do you know how good it feels to walk in somewhere and you feel like you aren't going to be judged by the color of your skin or how you look or what you like? Because everybody looks like you. Everybody likes the same stuff as you. And even if they don't like love it as much as you do, they have some slight knowledge about it, or they have some slight interest about it. Maybe you can recommend something. They could recommend something to you. Like, it's just the perfect event to be friendly, to get to know people, to put yourself out there. So I was just really overwhelmed because I was like, oh my God, this is like unbelievable. I can't believe I'm actually here. Like, I'm not watching it through a live stream. I'm not watching it through YouTube clips. Like, I'm actually here. Like, I made it. I just looked at my clock. I was supposed to leave 5 minutes ago. So we are gonna speed up this process because I don't wash my braids like a dum-dum and I'm still not ready. I don't even know what my friends are saying because I had to put my phone on the charger. Anyways, oh my God, I thought I had another pimple, please. Anyways, I'm about to do my makeup. Let's continue talking about the weekend and we're gonna speed things up. So by any means, I am not a beauty guru, so I'm just gonna be going as I'm going, okay? Because I'm in a rush today. But anyways, to go into Friday itself, so we saw some of RDC. They like stepped out, and I think because we were walking, I was like, you know what, I'll see them again. I did not. I didn't see them again, but it's okay. But we took our pictures and it was so cute. They had like a little blue carpet instead of like a red carpet, and then it had like the Dreamcon art and the stuff. There's like a box cut out. I took a picture with that on the last day, and that one like mimics like an Instagram border. And then they had like a giant screen, so if you were using the Dreamcon app itself, they actually had it where like they were showing your post and then your username and then stuff like that, so like everybody could see it. And then of course like it would cut off and then it would just say like Dreamcon 2025. So on Friday we actually signed up for this one event that they showed off, because the other thing that they have on the app, which they say it's still not like an updated version, it's still like a, I guess like a beta version, if you will. It's not like the finalized version, but they have like a my schedule thing. And I actually like this because that way you can keep up with everything, because there's the main events, like the opening showcase, the closing showcase. You know, Megan Thee Stallion was there. That was a big thing. Leon Thomas was there. That was another big thing. But then if there's like YouTubers like Berleezy and them, the Sims were there. Like there was just so much that really helps like condensing everything for you. And then that way, if you did RSVP for anything, you can only focus on that. Now, if you want to do like some of the other stuff, you can, and you can also add that there are a lot of things that you don't need an RSVP for. I didn't get to go to it, but I did think it was cool. They had like a cosplay 101 thing for people who are like first time cosplayers. They had stuff for like Black women and cosplaying, and I'm sure they had like really popular Black cosplayers there as well. The convention itself is freaking humongous, so take that as you will. Definitely got it down by the end of Saturday. Sunday I knew it like the back of my hand, but Friday I was like, golly, I don't know where nothing is at. But yeah, it was just so much freaking fun, dude. So we didn't watch the opening ceremony because the RSVP thing for that was booked. Actually, on Thursday was when they finally posted Megan's thing, and let me tell you about that, okay? Because I tried to get into the Babe Brigade, couldn't do it. There was another thing. There was like the volleyball tournament, couldn't get in that. There was a dodgeball tournament, couldn't get into that because it was all booked. Now, those are my fault because they did put those out before Thursday. I didn't look on my app until Thursday, and I had also asked, I was like, hey, so like for these events, like, do you have to RSVP? Is the standby line still a thing? And a lot of people were like, oh yeah, it's fine, like they don't even check anything. And I'm like, the way they were screaming about them badges, I think they do, babes. I don't know what y'all are talking about. So Friday, we just kind of walked around. But when we walked in, we did RSVP for like a smaller event. And this was, I think it was called like Trap Karaoke. And before, they were actually doing like a DJ battle, which was fun. And the Sims was kind of spread out. So they actually had like the little 360 camera. I'll insert that video right now. But they had like a 360 video, and with the video, like obviously it's a slow-mo thing, and then at the bottom left or right, I don't remember which side it's on, but it says The Sims. That was the same event. If y'all are a simmer like me and you're watching The Sims live stream when Quinn Blackwell was there, yes, she was at Dreamcon. Yes, I saw her. Again, I didn't say nothing. I said, oh my god, it's Quinn, and then I kept walking. I don't even think she heard me, but she looked bad, baddie alert, okay? She looked too good. Megan Thee Stallion was also in there. Krista was in there. There were a lot of people that I enjoy and watch that were there. I didn't get to get in there, but it's okay. So that was actually on Saturday. But on Friday, we were trying to do the Trap Karaoke thing, and that didn't work because they never did it. I don't know what happened. We actually had a girl come up to us and she's like, hey, do you want to do the Trap Karaoke? I guess because we were having a vibe, you know. We were singing and dancing up in there when they was doing the battle karaoke thing. My anxiety started going away. Everybody was doing the same dance moves as me, so I felt way more comfortable. But yeah, I don't know. We was like, no, to do somebody else. And then I asked my friend why she didn't do it, because she might make an appearance on this channel, but she be the main one singing, okay? Like Destiny's Child, Mariah Carey, Usher, Beyonce. I already said Destiny's Child, so low-key Beyonce. Anyways, don't nobody got nothing on her the way she be singing. But she said no. I said no. My friend was like, hell no, because she's an introvert and she's not gonna get up there. But they were like, oh, okay, well, have fun. And then it never happened. It was like after the DJ battle thing was over, they just went back to playing music, and we were like, okay, so let's just walk around. So Friday, we kind of just walked around. We got some food. I had like an egg roll burrito. It was not, okay, I don't think it was an egg roll, but they said it was an egg roll. I don't remember which one I got though. I'll insert a picture. I think I got like the vegetable one. I think I got the vegetable one because it had like beans and stuff in it. It was fire. I know it was fire. I know that much. I know that much though. It was really good. But they had some food trucks outside, and then we didn't realize it until the next day. But they also had actual like a food court. They had freaking Chick-fil-A up in there, and I was like, hello. But we did not realize that till the next day. So Friday night, we actually went out because we did not get access to the Dreamcon after party. So I'm so sorry. Y'all are gonna have to go to another YouTuber to figure out how those went, because Dreamcon sponsors several like banners, I guess, if you will. Not banners, but like event people. And one of the event people that they sponsored was LAN Parties. Their parties we went to every single day. Friday, no shade, I did not like that venue. It was very small. There were a lot of people in there. It was cool though. They were playing One Piece in there. It was really funny. Not like funny, like but it was like cool. It's like that's not something you usually see. Like you just look up when you walk in and boom, there's Luffy in them. But yeah, it was hot. As far as like the whole drink process, yeah, this was not at the other places. I don't know what was going on that night. The bartender was in line with us. And I was confused because I'm like, where am I? Am I in a section right now? What's going on? And she basically was like, oh, what do you want to drink? Would put in our drink. Like, here's the screen. She's right here. Puts in the drink so everybody in line can see it. Walks around everybody. Goes behind the bar. Walks back around. Gives you your drink. I was like, man, what is going on? And babes, let me tell y'all something, okay? Where I'm from, you can get a drink for around like $10 to $13 maybe. Why was these drinks $15 and this was the cup? This was the cup size. Maybe, yeah, maybe about this size. This was the cup size. $15 for that? It's gone in 2 gulps. Like, what's going on? My friend in front of me, she got a sour amaretto. Amaretto sour. Sorry, I always say it backwards. Why did I charge her? Because at first I was like, oh, it's about like $9. That's not too bad. Well, I turned back around and said like 14. I said, did she give her a tip? There was no tip. I said, was it tax? It wasn't because of the tax. It literally said amaretto and then sour. It was separated. They charge you for both, even though it's a pre-made drink. Well, not pre-made, but you get what I'm saying. Like, what? It's like getting an old fashioned and they damn near charge you for the ice cubes. Like, what's going on? I was just so thrown off. I have never seen that before. So we only got 1 drink that night because I was like, I'm not spending no money for that. Because I got, what did I get? I think I got a tequila sunrise. And I looked at it. It said tequila, $8, sunrise, $6. And then my friend was like, oh, can you buy me a shot? So I got her a shot of tequila. That's not what she wanted, but I'm sorry. I was like, I'm in a tequila mood, girl. I don't forget what you done said. The music's blasting. I'm trying to be fast. So I got charged another $8 for the tequila. I think it was literally like over $20 for those 2 things. I don't even really remember, but I was like, this is OD. Not even gonna hold you. This is kind of crazy. Like, why am I paying almost $30? And I got 1 actual drink. The other one's just a shot. And I don't even think it was like premium tequila. You get what I'm saying? Because I did peep when I went to the ball in LA, you know. Like, the more, I guess the higher the brand is, it is gonna be more expensive. Like, Tito's is not gonna be the same as Patron. So I was just like, okay, noted. But like, they didn't even put the brand. They just put what it was. So I was kind of thrown off. But the party was kind of good. The theme was grown and sexy. And I'll put in a clip what we had on. Everybody just wore their own thing. My friend was talking about that. She's like, you know, it's grown and sexy. I'm thinking like dress grown and sexy. And then she's also like, I thought they would play R&B. What the R&B music, or like 2000s 90s like slow jam, I guess, like sensual. They was playing Sexy Red. I personally didn't care too much. I don't think I give grown or sexy at my big age, so I was fine. But we actually met some people. I met people from New York. I met somebody from Virginia. I met somebody from Atlanta. And I don't remember what the other other person was from. I think they might have been from Texas. I think they were from Austin, Texas, though. Because talking to the one person from Virginia, I actually found out that Dreamcon usually is always in Austin for the most part. And this was the first year that they were doing it in Dallas. So, or not Dallas, I'm sorry, Houston. So when I was talking to people about like their expectations, they also didn't really know what to say or what to expect because it was in a different location. And I also found out last year, the reason why they was bugging out over them badges is because last year they was just letting people in. Like if somebody opened the door, people would just sneak in. So it gave like, if somebody leaked the location of where Dreamcon was at, or well not leaked, but you know, if they made a post, somebody probably just went ahead and bought a hotel, walked on over there, and then just walked in. And I was like, that is crazy. I'm glad they did not do that because I don't feel like our tickets were expensive, but like regardless, I'm spending money. And if you're sneaking in and you don't have to pay for nothing, you don't need to be in here. You can't even get in. Like, you're not even supposed to be here. So they were very, I feel like they were very more structured on that standpoint, but oh my God, I have 10 minutes before I'm supposed to meet my friends. Ugh. Let me hurry up. I feel like they were more structured when it came to that, but there were some cracks. I did love Dreamcon, but I am going to go ahead and talk about the negatives. Now, it was my fault that I did not keep track of the events, and as far as the RSVPing, it was hard to RSVP though. I'm not even going to hold you. That Megan event that they had posted, I literally was on there 5 minutes before it started. I think it gave me the option to like sign up for it a minute before, and I did that and it literally kept doing an error message, and I refreshed it, and 3 minutes after that event went up, it was already booked. So they do fill up really fast, which I get it, it's Megan Thee Stallion, but I was a little disappointed. The other thing itself are these standby lines. I was supposed to do the dodgeball thing. I was in line for it. They didn't even check to see if you had the RSVP app. Like if you had the app and your confirmation code, I believe is what they send you. They didn't check for that at all. So we're in line with everybody else. We left the line because I love Dante. Shout out to I'm Dante, his wife Danielle, all of them, her brother Timmy, all of them. Love them all down. I will see y'all at the ball again. But Dante was there and he was supposed to do a meet and greet. It is also hard to keep track of all these events because there's so many people. There's so many like interests. So if you are like me and you do like these streamers, YouTubers, whatever, it is gonna be hard to also do the events. Like I didn't get to see PG, aka Physical Gamers, love him as well. He was in the dodgeball, or not, yes, he was in the dodgeball tournament, sorry. He was not in the volleyball tournament. So we were in line for it, but by the time we were like in line, Dante's meet and greet had started. We started lining up because I didn't even bother meeting Berlin. I'm sorry, I love you, Berlin. I love Berleezy, easy gang down, but that line was crazy. And I saw through like a mutual I had on social media, she was like 2 people away from him and they closed off the line. Probably because he had somewhere to be. There was like a gaming tournament. I know him, Krista, I think PG and Dante did. And I think it was because of that, Dante and Krista both canceled their meet. Nope, Krista, that was on Saturday, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened, or no, oh my God, I'm talking about Saturday altogether. They both canceled their meet and greet actually, because Dante and Krista were together. But yeah, that was freaking difficult. I think it was also on Saturday. I was supposed to do like a random dance play, because like I mentioned earlier, I love K-pop. We're standing in line. Mind you, this is not like a big event. So you do have to RSVP for the big events like the Bay Brigade. Oh my God, I wanted to see that live so bad. The first time I got to see it was at the ball and my friend actually was on the stage. But this year, I'm sorry, I could not see. Oh, my eyebrows look horrible. Anyways, this year we did not get to see that live because it was filled up. And again, like timing issues, it was hard to keep track of everything because there was so much to do that it kind of overlapped. So you have to pick and choose really, which was kind of hard, but we didn't end up going to that. So we decided we were going to do a K-pop random dance play because I've never gotten to do one in person. So I just want to see what it was like. So we're in line, mind you, 5 minutes before the event started. And the first issue is that we're trying to go to the room and the security people are like, oh no, you need to go this way, right? We go the way that they tell us. We're standing there. My friend's like, do y'all hear music? I don't hear nothing because the job I have right now, I'm sure in about 2 years, I fear I may need hearing aids because my job is destroying my hearing. Anyways, I don't hear nothing. So I'm like, I have no clue what you're talking about at all. She's like, I hear music. So we find out that there's an other side. So this whole time, we've been standing here for, I think about, I would say 4 minutes, close to 5. And at this point, I think it was like 58, like 12:58 or 1:58. It's supposed to start at 2 o'clock or something. I don't remember. All I remember is saying 58. So 2 minutes before it was supposed to start. My friend walks around. I follow her. The event already started. They're like, yeah, you can't come in. The room is packed. The room is packed. You can't get in. What do you mean the room is packed? It's supposed to start in 2 minutes. Why are you already starting the event? So they shut the door in my friend's face. So I walk around. I go ahead and tell the people, I'm like, look, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. We were all standing here. I was like, are y'all all going to the random dance play like we were? And they were like, yeah, we wanted to do the K-pop random dance play. Oh, it already started. Everybody's mad. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, I have never seen this in person. I've never even heard of anything like this. Like, what do you mean you already started the event before it was supposed to start and the room is already filled? How did y'all fill up the room? And why is security telling us we gotta go one way when secretly there's a whole secret path and everybody else knew about it, but I didn't? What's going on? So we were upset about that. Later on, we did have another event where we did like a line dancing thing. That was really fun. That room did get filled, but everybody was still there. I finally learned how to do boots on the ground, aka where them fans at. So don't play with me if y'all ever see me on public and that song is playing, okay? But I learned that. There were 2 other songs. I'm not even gonna lie, I don't remember them. I think it was like a bunny hop song or something. I don't know. I just remember running around the room. I said I cannot remember this. The other one, I don't remember it, but it's like left foot, right foot, then turn. Left foot, hold on, flip. Back it up. Slide to the right. I just went to my left. Slide to the left, right foot, then turn. Yeah, I learned that one. So don't play with me when that one comes on. But I'm not gonna lie, my little flex part, I look like an 80-year-old woman. My bones are brittle. It's giving feeble, like. But that was fun. The events that we were able to go to, I did really enjoy. Sorry, I gotta put on my setting spray. But I would go back. I just think that itself was very frustrating. And I believe it was the Bay Brigade. We got in the standby line for that. And we stood there for, again, like damn near 10 minutes. This lady's in line. She has on a volunteer shirt. She turns around. Oh, this line's cut off. It's been cut off. Man, we've been standing here for like almost 10 minutes. It's 15 minutes before the event even starts, so it's giving that y'all did a head count. That's fine. But why are we standing in line and y'all are letting people come in saying, oh yeah, the standby line is over there. And there is no standby line because y'all cut it off and it's been cut off. Why weren't we saying nothing when people were walking in? So then we leave, we look, there's people still coming in behind us. She's just talking to them. I'm like, so is she gonna tell them the line's cut off? So I got to the point where I'm telling other people the line's cut off because I don't want you wasting another 10 to 15 minutes before the event starts and you can't even get in. So I'm not gonna lie, I snitched. I said to the lady, I said, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know right now, the line is cut off. We just stood in line. He told us that we could come in, but this lady's saying it's cut off, so actually we can't. She's like, thanks for letting me know. So she starts screaming at, well, not at people, but like yelling to let them know, hey, like this line is cut off. Y'all can't come in. So people were not happy. I remember talking to, I don't even know her name, but her feelings were valid and she was hurt. She was basically like, you know, I spent a lot of money, in my opinion, to come here for the weekend. What am I paying the money for? And I'm like, you know what? That's true. I feel like, I don't know. I don't know what the solution could be. I feel like as far as like a standby line, definitely like do a head count. Maybe do a head count 30 minutes prior. And then if you feel like you can squeeze in about 20 more people, maybe hold 10 people. So then that way people who did RSVP are coming in late. They can, whatchamacallit? Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. They have time to get to the event that, you know, they spent the time on getting there for. It was just frustrating for us who didn't have access to it, and then we thought we did, but then we get told we don't. So I definitely understood where she was coming from. And then for the events that you don't have to RSVP for, it was also that issue. So it's really like, well, what can you do, you know? The other issue that we ran into is on Sunday. Again, shout out to Dante and Danielle. I love y'all. But they did a Q&A. And that time they also did like a standby line. That one wasn't an RSVP. I think it was just more so like Dante's very well known, so the room was going to be filled up. They had us packed like sardines, so then that way they could still have people keep coming in, which I do respect. But they said if you use the bathroom, you cannot come in. I do not respect that. I was very frustrated. Okay, I've been yapping a lot and now I'm like super late, so we're going to do an outfit transition. 1, 2, hopefully that comes out good. This is my fit. And I will actually have to come back and talk to you guys because like now I'm severely late and I'm getting text messages, so I gotta go, y'all. Okay guys, I am back. It's been a day, okay? Clearly everything did not work out. I overran the time and I was late. So now I'm back after said thing. I actually got a phone charm that I wanted to show you guys. Anyways, let's talk about the after parties. So the after parties were freaking amazing. I know I talked about Friday. My personal favorite was Saturdays. I don't remember the exact locations, but the one that they had on Friday and Saturday were in the same spot. Again, I did not really like the one on Friday just because the bottom floor was way too confined. I don't know if it's how people were standing, but it's like you walk in and there was like a wooden, like it would mimic like a balcony, but that's where the TVs were. So when on Friday night when you walk in, there's one piece, and then to the side there's like hookah bars, there's the actual bar, and then there's people. But because of that wooden area, there's like 4 poles and it was like kind of hard to stand, and especially because when you're walking in and everybody's right there, we were kind of like up against the wall like this, and then all the people were trying to like have their little hookah moment, so I'm like this, like I don't want to fall on y'all, but there's nowhere else for me to go because there's so many people. But we ended up going upstairs, and upstairs leads to like outside, and there's like, I'll insert a picture of one of the things I sat at on Sunday, but they had like seats like that throughout outside, and then they had like these little green seats and they were kind of in a hut. Those were cute. I didn't sit in that, but on Friday we didn't really sit down. We just kind of stood, and there was like a cute little sign that we took a picture by. I don't think we took a picture with said sign, but I'll insert what we did or what we wore on Friday. I think I already said that earlier. But yeah, that was Friday night. Saturday night it was in a warehouse. I think I have a picture. I'll go ahead and insert it here. It was hot. That's one thing. It was freaking hot. I lost my train of thought. Ugh! Yeah, it was burning up. So because it was in a warehouse, there was no AC and it was packed. Okay, I will say another thing is that they close early in my opinion. Where I am from, again, I'm from a different state. I have noticed this. I feel like with bigger cities, they close early. I mean, even like if y'all have ever been to like Cincinnati, Ohio, Indianapolis might be the same. Like around that area, they always close around 2 a.m. I think DC does the same thing as well. I don't know about Atlanta. I've been there, but I haven't really been out, so I don't know how late they stay open. But Saturday and Sunday, we were in them after parties, and when 2 a.m. hit, they said, it's time to go. They had the flashlights out. They're like, pack it up. It's time to go. Y'all need to get up out of here. It's time to go. So we got there, I think the party started at like 9 or 10. We got there at 11. Now, I will say, because we got there later both nights, the vibes were like all the way up there. This is just my opinion. I always show up late. Don't show up early. Because if you show up early, unless you're the one starting the party, it's really not going to be started yet. Like, low-key, the lights might still be on before they even get cut off for real. The DJ might be in the back sleep. Like, who knows? But after we got there, I was scared they were going to cut it off, not going to lie. But we got in. Touchgrass was there, that group. I don't know if you guys know them, but like Barefoot Tasha, Jazz, Dwayne, all them. They were all up there on the stage. I think I might have a clip with them in it. If not, I'll at least like insert a clip of how it looked. When we first came in, we also met somebody from Memphis, Tennessee. Shout out to you. But we met up later on with people we met that were from New York, and then some more people that were from Atlanta. And when we came in, we were on the bottom floor and it was freaking packed. I'll insert a clip. Shout out to him, okay? He was keeping the vibes up. There was people literally cosplaying all throughout the weekend. It might be in a clip from the Grown and Sexy. There was somebody dressed up as Nezuko that night. And then this night, that Saturday night, somebody was dressed up as Goku, and he was having the time of his life, okay? That might be my favorite. Like, that's definitely a highlight of the trip, is just the cosplay. And, like, how, like, everybody was just so happy and so sweet. I don't know how to explain it, but it was just so much freaking fun. Anyways, yeah, so we were dancing, and then security actually let us go upstairs. So then we were upstairs for the rest of the night, and it felt like we had our own little section. And that's when we ran into some of our friends that we made that weekend, and then we were just having a ball until it was over. Now, I did talk about how the drinks were. That second night, I felt like it was way better. They had like an actual like little menu, and it had pre-made drinks, like little cocktails. So cute. I think they were named after different cities in New York. There was like Manhattan and Brooklyn, and there was something else, and then there were like 2 other options, but they don't have what I usually drink in it, so I wasn't even looking at them, to be honest. But yeah, they were all like around like $12 or $13, so I feel like that's a reasonable price. I'm so sorry. Like I said, me getting 2 things, and one of them is literally a shot, not even a drink, and it's almost $30. Yeah, no ma'am. I'm not paying that. Like, that's crazy. So it was better that night. I also noticed that they don't have, like, you know, some bars have a little spray thing where it's water. They do bottles of water, so both nights water was like $6-7, and I said that's crazy. And that warehouse night, I was eating up them ice cubes because, like I said, it was hot. I mean, I was sweating off my fingernails at that point because it was so hot. Like, it was crazy. But again, it was fun. That probably was like the best party of the whole weekend. 10 out of 10. It was freaking amazing. 10 out of 10. That's all I can say. But yeah, that's how the parties were. We went to a party on Sunday, and I did notice on Sundays, it's ironic how they close at 2 on Friday and Saturday, but Sunday there were at least like, I think 10 more after parties sponsored by Dreamcon. I know a big one was like the pool party by Duke Dennis, and then there were like 2 more pool parties. We couldn't get into any of those, so we did go to the LAN party. It was a kickback, so it wasn't really popping when we were there, but we did get there like right as they opened. So like when we got there, they weren't even playing music. So it's kind of awkward. And I was like, okay. So we ended up actually like going out in the city, and we went out to a place. If I can find a clip, I might insert it. If not, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember the name. It was something that one of my friends recommended. But it was freaking amazing, okay? That place was freaking awesome. And they stayed open till like, I think she said like 7 or 6 in the morning, which was insane. It was crazy to me because one of the banners for the pool party that I had mentioned earlier, they were open from 2 p.m. to, I think, 8 a.m. And I was like, that's crazy. And she's like, oh yeah, they do that all the time here on Sundays. Their parties go all throughout the morning. And I'm like, on a Sunday? What happened to work? So if you got a 9 to 5, you just coming home changing? Y'all doing that scene from Tiana where she comes home and sleeps for 5 minutes and then y'all just pack it up and go to work? I couldn't do it. I would have been KO'd, dead to the world. I could not do it. But yeah, that's how the parties were. As far as like the cosplays, 10 out of 10, man. There were so many cosplays, and I didn't even realize how many there were. I mean, y'all saw it. The amazing Megan Thee Stallion even cosplayed. I cosplayed, I think I had mentioned it earlier, but I did the Powerpuff Girls that Friday with me and my friends. Saturday, I was Starfire, and that was something that was really cool and I think people, like, if any of you are watching this go next year, I think you can also add your own event. Don't quote me on that. But I did see like at an event and some people like did their own thing. I'm sure it has to get verified first, but they did their own thing and they had like cosplay meetups. So Friday, I think it was, we got to see like JJK people meet up. And then because I was Starfire that day, I saw that they were actually doing a DC meetup. So there were like a bunch of Starfires I took pictures with. There were Robins, there were Ravens, there was a Beast Boy, there was a Cyborg. Shout out to you, girl. I don't know if you're ever gonna see this, but there was a girl cyborg and her cosplay was amazing. But she left right before the Teen Titans picture. It was so tragic. I wish she could have been in it. But there was even Bumblebee. Like, there were so many people. And then they even broke down the Robins. It was like a Red Robin. There was the Red Hood, which was, if y'all know, that's like a Robin, obviously. There was Nightwing, like, hello, my man, basically. Like, it was just crazy. There was Batman. There was actually a couple who was Batman and Catwoman. Iconic. There was a Poison Ivy. I'm sure y'all seen it. The Harley Quinn. That hammer in person, and I think it was literally the size of me. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. That was a giant hammer. It was crazy. There was, I don't remember his name. It might be Dr. Freeze. If not, I'll put the actual name. But it was so crazy. They had like the whole fit on, and then they had like the gun with bubbles. Fire. Like, seeing the heroes and the villains, like the commitment and the Poison Ivies, oh my god, so amazing. Like, some of these cosplays really had me speechless. And just outside of like the meetup itself, like, there was Amazing World of Gumball, there was people who were from Chowder, there was somebody from Persona. Like, anything you could think of, somebody was that, and it was just so cool to see. There were also people from Arcane. I'm sorry, I have not watched Arcane. Let me know what y'all think about Arcane. I don't know anything about it. I know League of Legends. Shout out KDA, but that's all I really know about it. But yeah, there was people from Arcane. What else? There were so many things. There were people from video games. I think I saw like 2 Melinas, maybe a Katana. Shout out to them. There were people from Marvel Rivals. I saw a Squirrel Girl cosplay, and that was pretty cool. Like, they had the giant tail. I mean, just 10 out of 10. And of course, I'm sorry, y'all, I don't watch One Piece. I'm gonna get there though. I'm gonna get there. Maybe in a video, I'll do like a ranking of the characters once I watch like a good amount. But I saw that meetup. That meetup was crazy. I should have taken a video. We were literally like on the 2nd level, or 3rd level, sorry. That's where like the food court was. And when you look down, you can see the 2nd level at a certain point. Literally where my hand was, that's how many One Piece people there were. Like, there were so many people that it literally like cut off. Like, the balcony that's over the rest of the floor, you couldn't see who was underneath because all of them had filled up that whole space. It's just so cool. It's amazing. Like, it leaves me speechless every time I talk about it because it's just so, like heartwarming. I don't know about anybody else, but I've been watching anime for at least half my life now. You know, I started watching anime, I believe, like 10 or 11 years ago, and I did take a break in between, but it's just so inspiring, especially for me and how old I am. You know, when you're growing up and you like something like that, because it's not mainstream, it's deemed as weird, or you're like not socially acceptable because you like a certain thing, or you connect with something that makes you happy. And it shouldn't be that way. And I'm just glad that Dreamcon exists, because people can do what they want and feel how they feel and love what they love, basically, without feeling judged. And I feel like that's the most beautiful part about it. But yeah, I mean, I definitely want to go back next year, but there are some things that I do think could be a little better. One thing is, at least for me, I definitely need to stay on top of the app. Like I said, make sure you got that app, make sure it's updated. I wish that they had like a reminder option. Maybe I just need to do that myself on when these events go live. Because even with the after party, I saw that it was like on sale, but I didn't even realize that like all the other they also promote after parties that aren't the Dreamcon after party itself. So I didn't even realize I only had access to the LAN party until like later on, because the last time I looked at it, it was a Dreamcon party, and then I didn't really understand what exactly it was covering. I didn't even know where it was. I didn't know anything that was going on. So for me personally, I know I need to lock in, but I do wish the app itself, I wish you could like favorite something in a way, so then that way, like, so especially since I know it's going to be the same convention or whatever, and maybe if they set it up the same way, I wish you could have access to like a reminder system, so then that way you know. And then as far as the standby line, I do like hold down the whole like, I wish the system could recognize if you were like an RSVPer or if you weren't. And I wish, honestly, I wish they had a section for the standby people on the app. So then that way, if that got filled, then you know, okay, I definitely can't go. Because I get like some people not showing up or whatever. Because I also noticed that, especially on the app itself, people will buy tickets and then they're like, oh, who wants my badge? I'm selling it for this much. I'm selling it for that much, which is crazy. Do not do that. But I don't know, man. Like, I wish there was something, because I know, especially with that day where I couldn't get into the Bay Brigade, I was a little upset. And then I think it was the next day I was able to get into Leon Thomas's thing, and there was no standby line. Nobody cared. Now, I will say I almost accidentally sat in the creator section on accident, because the security confused me, so that was kind of awkward. But like, literally, they just let people in. They're like, oh, it doesn't matter, you can just come in. So I did feel like they were kind of picking and choosing, I guess based off of like how full it was, I guess, or like the mass amount of people. Like if they felt like, oh yeah, it's Leon Thomas, but other people are too busy doing this, like, yeah, we can definitely fit in people. But when it came to like Meg, they were like, oh yeah, no, you can't come in here, it's filled to the brim. Or like the Bay Brigade, oh, it's filled to the brim. And then I also found out with the dodgeball thing through someone I had ran into, how we were in the we were in the line. There wasn't even a standby line. They just let everybody in at first. I guess after that they were like, oh, you're not RSVP, well, we're not doing any standby lines today. And I was like, that's crazy. Also with the bathroom thing, I definitely, well, for one, I do want to give these people grace. You know, these are volunteers, so I understand people's frustration, but like at the same time, like, these people volunteered. I don't even know if they're getting paid for it, like, and they're doing that all day. But I do want to say, one, I feel like they need walkie-talkies. Like the whole thing where we were in the standby line for like 10 minutes and then the girl turns around and is like, oh, like, this line is filled. I wish she had a walkie-talkie so she could let the people by the entrance know. They're like, oh yeah, you can go stand in the line, it's right there. I wish that they had like better communication with each other, because it seemed like a lot of them weren't on the same page because they're so far. So I definitely feel like there should be walkie-talkies. Maybe like if they separate the volunteers and they know which ones are going to be where on a certain day, or which ones, yeah, basically what I just said, or certain times. If it's not certain days, they can give them specific walkie-talkies so it's on certain channels. I just feel like that would help a lot. And then the other thing is, like, with the bathroom thing, I do understand it, but at the same time, like, that is a whole bodily function, and especially, like, God forbid, like, something happens with a woman and it's that time of the month. Like, if you gotta go, you gotta go. You cannot hold that in. I'm sorry. So I wish they had, like, I don't know, maybe like a card or something that maybe could detach and attach to the badge, because your badge needs to be present. I'm glad that they were, like, very strict about that, but I wish they had something that you could put on your badge, and when you're done with it, you could give it back to the volunteer, so then that way they could keep up with who went to the bathroom. And then for that, for example, maybe again, if it's sectioned off a certain way, they could have different colored ones, so then people couldn't use that to try and sneak into the thing, you know? Like, stay with me, I'm thinking. But yeah, I do think it was good. It was just, those were the main two things. It's like the time management, because it is hard to, like, try and do so much. Like, you will tire yourself out. I literally was there all day. Like, we were there for hours upon hours, and we were not eating for real because we were just so excited to do everything. It was crazy. But there's also so much to do that you are gonna miss stuff. And then it's hard when you're, like, trying to pick and choose, and then things like that happen where there's miscommunication, or, like, if you do go to the bathroom, you're not going to be able to come back in. Like, it's just very crazy. But yeah, I had a great time. I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. If it wasn't for those two things, it'd be a 10 out of 10. Trust and believe. And regardless of what I said, I'm still coming back next year. Even if they don't fix it, I'm still gonna be there because I had a ball. I got to see all the people I wanted to. I got to freaking meet Krista and Rio. Like, hello. I didn't get to say hi to Mari and Berlin, but I did see Mari, Rico, Danielle, and Dante. And I said hi to Dante, and Timmy got his attention. I shouldn't have just said hi to all of them, but they was busy, so I didn't have time. But, like, I got to see them. I just didn't get to talk to them, but it's fun. I still had a great time, so I would go again. But yeah. Oh, also, there were a lot of people there. I know I already said that, but, like, I saw Agent in person. Freaking Swoozy, are you kidding me? I've been watching Swoozy since, like, middle school, so I'm about to expose my age. That's like a solid, like, 12 years that I've been subscribed to him. He was there. Again, The Sims was there, and I fumbled on that because they had a whole, like, YouTuber event, which was really cool. They actually emailed me and I missed it. So if you're watching this and you're trying to get on your YouTube Zoom, make sure you read them emails, okay? Because I missed that, and I regret that because I probably would have been sitting a lot closer to Megan. Forget when she was cosplaying downstairs with that purple wig and it was in that giant room. I could have been 3 feet from her. Who knows? Maybe I could have got a picture with her. I don't know what they was doing in there. I'll never know. I'll never know. But yeah, definitely learned my lesson. Read my emails too. I got locked in. So we're gonna try again next summer. But yeah, it was amazing. Some other people, I saw Kenny Knox from Vine, my Vine people, if y'all know, y'all know. He walked right past me and I didn't register who he was until afterwards. I saw Miss Hoochie God. That's my girl. I did not take a picture with her, but her and her mom were Dexter and the mom from Dexter's Laboratory. So freaking cute. I talked to them for a second. She is so sweet, her and her mom. They are just so freaking adorable. Heartstop Lucas was at the same party that I was at, that after party. I actually found that out through a mutual because he posted about it. But yeah, it's just so crazy. Like, there's so many people, and then because of the event that it is itself, you don't even think like, oh yeah, like people that I watched like 10 years ago, they're definitely gonna be there. Like, you don't even realize until way later. So it's just crazy. But yeah, so many people, so much love. But yeah, that is basically my recap of my Dreamcon weekend. I think I went through everything, so yeah. Oh, the only other thing is that shirt I had. I actually got that for free. So yeah, I did not buy that. I bought my merch online. I did get it. You know, might see it in a video maybe in the future, but yeah, I didn't get a chance to get to the actual merch section. So I was really grateful that they were handing out shirts. But yeah, I think mine says like creator something, I'm sorry y'all. Like, this is what, my 5th video. I have not uploaded in 8 months before this. I'm not a creator. I'm trying to be. Who knows, maybe next year, if we're being ambitious, I might get a creator badge. But yeah, I'm not a creator yet. I'm just a girly who watches creators and loves to see their journey, and I'm just trying to extend mine. But yeah, other than that, I had a great time. Stay tuned for the next video. I know in the video before this, I've been talking about what's going on, so some of my videos might look like this for a while, but stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching. If you guys went to Dreamcon this year, let me know how your trip was, because I mean, I had a good time. Let me know who you saw as well, or if you saw the same people that I saw. Who knows, maybe we saw each other. And for the Patreon people that might see this, I did see some of y'all, but the social anxiety got me. So if y'all see me next year, I promise I'm gonna say hi. So remember my face. Because if I don't see y'all at Dreamcon, if y'all are going to the ball this year, I will see y'all there, okay? I'm trying to lock in with that. I know I got to do my video on the ball from 2024 and 2023. I haven't talked about either. Such a shame, but I'm going to be locked in, I swear. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Thanks for making it this far to the video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Comment, subscribe. I swear I'm gonna be coming back and being more active. But yeah, if you're interested, I got a few videos if you want to check those out, and then just stay tuned for the next one. Thanks. Bye.